SEC Commissioner Mike Slive opened this year's SEC Media Days conference with his State of the SEC address. His annual brag bag, or list of accomplishments that the conference has achieved, can be heard here.
As Muhammad Ali said, it is not bragging if you can back it up. The accomplishments of our teams and our student athletes do just that. Conference teams won 7 national championships in the sports of men's golf, gymnastics, equestrian, men's swimming, women's swimming and diving, women's outdoor track and field, softball and baseball, along with 6 national runners-up finishes. In addition, the SEC finished in the top 5 in 13 of the 21 sports we sponsor.
He also talks about the goals of the SEC and the bridge that they are building.
12 years ago, when I became the commissioner of the SEC, one of my goals was to build a bridge to prepare the conference for its future. What we do today, how we handle our successes and meet our challenges, will determine the SEC of tomorrow. Much of this bridge is in place, including implementing strategies to build a culture of compliance, increasing diversity, as shown in the hiring of our first minority head football coaches, creating new academic initiatives embodied by SECU, enhancing the conference's national exposure through significant television agreements, expanding the conference with the additions of Texas A&M and Missouri, and playing an important role in national intercollegiate affairs.
He talked about a new fan project.
So while we continue to enjoy this wonderful support from our fans, we want to be sure that it continues and that they continue to have a positive game experience. So to that end, we put together a fan experience working group. And this year the group, in conjunction with our member institutions, began an ongoing fan research project in 60 different categories so we can better understand what our fans expect. We reached out to more than 850,000 SEC fans in football, men's and women's basketball, baseball, and softball. We'll continue this project for several years so that we can measure over time what the expectation is for the greatest fans in America.
He talked about the ongoing partnership with the SEC Network.
It's hard for me to believe, but exactly 1 month from today, August 4th, the SEC Network will make its debut. To date, providers on the SEC Network include AT&T Uverse and the Dish Network, making the SEC Network available to everyone nationwide. Last week, we were pleased to announce the addition of Cox Communications to our list of providers. In addition, we have agreements to distribute the network with Google Fiber and several cable cooperatives. Rest assured, there are ongoing significant conversations with other major providers.
He talked about the new bowl system that the SEC will have in place this season.
Under the new SEC bowl arrangement, the Capital One Bowl will have the first selection of available SEC teams after the College Football Playoff, the Sugar Bowl, and in some years, the Orange Bowl. Once these selections are made, 6 bowls, the Belk Bowl, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl, the Outback Bowl, the Tax Slayer Bowl, and the Advocare Texas Bowl, will constitute a pool. The conference will assign teams to each of these games rather than doing it the old-fashioned way where the bowl selected the teams.
He also talked about the new initiative that the SEC, as well as other power conferences, are collaborating upon.
We do this for the young men and women who seek an education, compete in sports, and ultimately make a difference in people's lives. This is why it is critical for the NCAA to change, and to change in accordance with the vision proposed for the 21st century by the 5 conferences. This is one important way we will be able to provide academic and athletic opportunities for the generations of Patricks yet to come. We are not deaf to the din of discontent across intercollegiate athletics that has dominated the news. And for those of you who have been here before, this is not a new effort on our part. The SEC's call for change was introduced at Media Days in 2011, and will continue until we realize the desired outcomes. Over the last year, we, along with our colleagues at the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, and Pac-12, developed this new vision for intercollegiate athletics for the 21st century. The vision includes the NCAA's enactment of a governance system that will provide greater autonomy for the SEC and the other four conferences for the benefit of student athletes.